This is the end of lap 46 out of 75. Villeneuve, and just look how close Alan Jones is. Tarzan, right up underneath the rear wing of the Ferrari goes Alan Jones. And now Gilles Villeneuve will see in the mirrors to the left and right of his fairing that big white looming shape of the Saudia Williams car, with the very determined and the very experienced Alan Jones grimly at the wheel. But on acceleration, on this part of the course anyway, the Ferrari has got it, because the gap increases, and it's when they come to the chicane and out of it that Alan Jones closes. Let's watch. Yes, and Villeneuve's lost it. Incredible! Villeneuve, 360-degree spin. Jones manages to avoid him and goes through and takes the lead. Fantastic! Alan Jones, and that's not Villeneuve behind him there, that's Nelson Piquet. And Villeneuve's got going again. He's still in the race, he's still in second place, but there's a new leader, and it's this man, number 27, Alan Jones. Winner last time and winner the time before in Austria and in Germany. Now on his way to an almost unbelievable hat-trick for himself and 4 wins in a row for the Saudia Williams team. 47 laps completed into lap 48, 75-lap race, Alan Jones leads. And here it is again, Alan Jones chasing Villeneuve. Now watch Villeneuve, he's onto the curb. He clips the curb again. The back swings round, he's missed the catch fencing, Alan Jones has feathered the accelerator. Villeneuve spins right round 180 degrees, it keeps turning, and watch the front wheels to see how he avoids the Armco barrier to his right. All the tyres smoke, Alan Jones is locked up momentarily, goes through and takes the lead. Now Villeneuve incredibly turns those front wheels to the left and avoids the Armco, keeps going, but has lost at the very least 10 seconds to the leader here, number 27, Alan Jones from Australia in the Albilad Saudia Williams. And that's Villeneuve again. He's done it again. And look at the near side rear wheel tyre. He's at Tarzan, and he's thoughtfully looking at the back of the car. Up comes his visor. What is he going to do? He's starting. He's spun the rear wheel right inside the tyre, back onto the circuit, throws mud and dirt all over it, and that's not good. And he's getting going. He's got a whole lap to go before he can get back to the pits, and now you can see the incredible shape of the rear wheels on modern Formula One cars, like gigantic aluminium cotton reels. And this is hardly believable. Villeneuve with a ribbon of rubber and nearly losing the car altogether. He's on 3 wheels, and the whole of the near side rear suspension must be dragging on the ground, and that won't be doing it any good at all. He's out of Hugenholtz now. He's up towards the Hunzerruck, and he's got all the top bit to do, round Panorama, round Bosweet, before he can get into the pits. And see the speed he's going. Off flies a bit of rubber, bit of a Ferrari souvenir for the thousands of Dutch spectators who'll pour onto the circuit, as Villeneuve comes slowly down to the right-hander towards Panorama. Is he going to make it back to the pits? There's John Watson, broken McLaren in the background. And we're waiting now to see if Gilles Villeneuve appears into sight. There's a white flag waving in the background, and there's Alan Jones. That's a flash of Alan Jones's car as Villeneuve comes into sight with rubber flailing. Lafitte passes him. Alan Jones, there he goes, past Villeneuve to lap him. And still a gallant French-Canadian is motoring on. And it looks to me as though the Ferrari is in real trouble as he comes into the chicane. There's Piquet past him, and look at that, Sparks, he's on 2 wheels, not 3 wheels, and the whole of that near side wheel, rear wheel, is ripped off the suspension. It's dragging behind the car like a broken limb, and still Villeneuve motors on, determined to get back to the pits. And look at the offside front wheel right off the ground as the rear drags, and it's a miracle that the car isn't catching fire with all those sparks flying from the skirts and the near side. And he's doing a wheelie as he goes down the straight there. And how incredibly difficult it must be to control the car with 1 steering wheel and 1 driving wheel on opposite sides of the car. Passed by Hector Ribach, passed by Jackie Ickx. There goes Ickx, to start another lap with Rebarque behind him, and into the pit lane comes Gilles Villeneuve. Now, what's going to happen? They surely cannot possibly mend the car. There's going to be uproar in the pits and the Ferrari pit is right at this far end of the pit. There's Forgieri, the Ferrari team chief with the yellow stripes on his jacket. What's he going to do? He waves his hands, trips up over the airline, taps the suspension rear link with his foot. The race is over. Get out of the car, Gilles, you've had it. And Gilles Villeneuve does that. Enormous congratulations for the little French Canadian. His team practically adore him. He's got an enormous amount of guts, and he's proved it yet again. Because just remember that last lap wheel banging contest he had with Arnoux in the French Grand Prix. On goes the cover to hide the broken remains at the rear of the Ferrari, and that is Jody Scheckter up now into second place from 16th in the other Ferrari to give himself, if he finishes the race, 6 points. And that's Pironi. What an incredible race this is. Number 3, Pironi in third position out of the race. And what there as Alan Jones comes over the line. Look to the left, there are the mechanics coming out to greet him home. The checkered flag goes, and Alan Jones has won the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix. He's done the hat-trick. 4 in a row for Saudia Williams. Alan Jones then, 9 points for the World Championship, but there, second and 6 points to increase his championship lead. Jody Scheckter, third, Jacques Lafitte, fourth, Nelson Piquet, fifth, Hicks, and in sixth position, Jochen Mass in the Arrows. Jody Scheckter increases his lead in the World Championship. Lafitte could still win, Villeneuve could still win, but none of the others have got a chance. And Jody Scheckter, if he wins the World Championship this year, will almost certainly have done it as a result of what happened at the start of this year's Dutch Grand Prix. There he is, arrowed. Now watch, it was either brilliant anticipation or amazing luck. But whatever, he hung right back as Arnoux and Regazzoni got involved in that wheel-banging fracas. Jody Scheckter right at the back in 16th position, kept clear of it, went on to finish second. Was it luck or was it brilliant driving? Either way, it could decide the World Championship. Well, Scheckter may be on his way to World Champion, but today belongs to Alan Jones there. And in a fortnight's time, he'll try to make it 4 in a row for himself and 5 for his team at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza.